Ayo Music World, my name is Adi Dash and you're listening to Just Earworms. With me is an avid Steph Curry fan in Madhav Danturti.
Podcast Nation, what's poppin'?
And with him is one of the biggest fans of James Harden you'll ever see in Manish, James Harden Malam Party.
That makes no sense. But so
okay, we decided to start this program as a way to connect our love for music with something that we could share with our audience. In today's special podcast, we're going to talk about none other than Gunna, or as other people say, Gunna, and his new album, Wunna, or Vanna. I don't know how to say it. Wunna, Vanna. They're all different people and different albums. So let's ask Madhav. Madhav, what do you think about the album when you first heard it?
First time I listened to it yesterday while playing 2K, and I mean, there were like I guess a few songs that were like good, and saying good itself is like an overstatement, I guess. But I did enjoy like two or three songs. Overall, I'm not a big fan of the album. It's just like boring, especially because 90% of the time you don't understand what in the world Gunna is saying. So yeah, I mean it was an interesting album. If I had to compare it with like another album we did this month, Good Intentions, I would say they're like pretty equal, but I would probably take Wunna over Good Intentions only because of the fact that there are more songs on Wunna. Like the number of songs that I like on Wunna is greater than the number of songs that I like on Good Intentions.
Indubitably.
would you say that's a statistically significant difference?
What is
Please,
AP Stats? I do not know what that subject is.
please.
I
What
do.
alpha
I
level are
studied
we
a
talking
lot for
about?
that AP test.
I lost all that information, left my brain once I finished the test at 11:50 on Friday.
I think you should do a two proportion T test.
I think you should
Please
stop
stop.
talking.
Yes, please stop. Uh, but I would like to say that if we took the Wana or Vuna album and made people
You
listen to it,
stupid.
if you made people listen to the album and you made people listen to like a nature sound for 1 hour straight, the placebo effect would be the same. No difference between the two subjects. But stats aside, I think the album is catchy. Like I was talking to Manish about it. I don't think it's something that I would listen to at all. Like if it weren't for the podcast, I would not have listened to the album except for like the couple of songs that would have obviously popped off and people would be talking about it. Other than that, I would not have listened to the album. But I feel like the album has you need to listen to the album in its own place and its own time in order to like all the songs on the album. They all sound the same, but that's what like you get with like artists like Gunna, Lil Baby, Nav. You get songs that really sound the same. There's no like they won't impress you with how they flow, but instead they will try to make the most hits as possible, just like we talked about in the Nav podcast. Manish, what do you think about like some of the songs on the album, especially the ones with the features, the ones with Young Thug, Lil Baby, Roddy Rich, Travis Scott? Like, what do you think about those songs?
I think like you said, like most of the songs like with Gunna and like Nav and like these kinds of artists, they like all sound the same. But like also again, like you said, like they hit in like certain situations, like when you're with the boys. I think we talked about this like when we were talking about Good Intentions. Like these songs only hit like when you're with people, when you're not really like thinking about the content, when you're just trying to listen to something. I think that's when these songs are like effective. And like I, I think the strongest songs, like as far as features go, were the ones like with features, because at that point Gunna had to like hold his own against artists like Travis Scott, and like that's when like the songs like started to like shine, and like the Roddy Rich song, like it was very good.
Yeah, and I feel like another part of the like as you said, like the features. also add like that new sound to the album, because at one point, like if you go three straight songs with just Gunna on it, like the album sounds very monotonic, like it's just one sound over and over again. But if you add like a feature into the album, that like makes it like it's more catchy that way. Like of course if you have Travis on any song, he does what Travis Scott does. So that was pretty good. And were there any specific songs that you liked more of in the entire album? Like one or some that really like caught on to you?
Okay, so for me, as I said, there were like maybe like three or four songs that I really liked out of the 18 track album. Um, as when you said, I think like the features were pretty good. Surprisingly, Young Thug was marginally better in this album than he was in Good Intentions. Um, my songs are probably Blindfold featuring Lil Baby, and then Cooler Than a Bee featuring Roddy Ricch, Top Floor featuring Travis Scott. So all three of those songs with like the features were really good. And I also liked Argentina, which was the opening song of the entire album. Like in general, like the melody line in the back and like the beat was just like vibeable.
Yep, definitely. I think Argentina was one of the songs that I really liked, and it was also the first song, so the sound was new, so it definitely just caught on. Manish, anything that you really liked from the album? Any songs that you feel like are underrated?
Um, yeah, I like Blindfold, Cooler Than a Bee, Top Four. Like I like those. I also liked Met Gala. I thought that was a pretty good song. And Dollars on My Head, we were talking about it. I think Young
Yep,
Thug was like not terrible on that one. Like I usually think he is, so it wasn't bad.
definitely. There's also I feel like one song that I really liked was Skybox. Like that was the song that I really vibed to the most. Out of like if you just take out all the songs with the features in them, Argentina and Skybox were the two songs that I really liked and definitely went into my playlist. The basketball boppies playlist, because it's the only time I would ever listen to this shit. That I mean, I meant that's the only time I would ever listen to this is when I'm playing basketball. Um. So yeah, what do you think about who had the better feature verse on this album, Roddy Ricch or Travis Scott?
Madhav, would you like to go first?
I think, in my opinion, Roddy Ricch. I mean, Travis did his thing. Don't get me wrong. Travis was amazing, but I think Roddy Rich's verse, uh, like he completely murdered it on Cooler Than the Bee. Like he was hella good. I mean, I think the only reason that song is probably like one of my favorites is because of Roddy Ricch. Like Gunna was average on that song, but like the way Roddy Ricch like flowed with the beat was like perfect.
Yep.
And so yeah, I think Roddy Ricch did a better job than Travis, but Travis still did his thing.
Definitely.
I thought Travis was better, and like I know, like I agree with Madhav, and like Roddy Ricch was like really good on that song, but then like just like for the reason Audie said, like with the new sounds and stuff, I thought Travis was like he added like that whole new layer to like top four that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I thought Travis did his thing, and I thought he was better than Roddy Ricch, but marginally.
Okay, so now let's take the you. One person said Travis had a better verse. One person said Roddy Ricch had a better verse. So let's do the same with Lil Baby and Young Thug. Young Thug, Dollars on My Head. Lil Baby, Blindfold. Who do you think had a better guess verse?
Oh, little baby,
Little
and
baby.
like yeah, like and it's not even like it's because like Gunna and Lil Baby they just go like so well together, and that's probably because they sound basically the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I just think
okay.
Young Thug like his voice is just such a turn off.
I feel the same way most of the times, but I think this time I felt like Young Thug had a better verse in general than Lil Baby. It's just okay.
You want
I
to take a
don't
look
like
at the song called "Far"?
Yeah, okay, that was interesting. But I'm just saying, like, if you're talking about the song with just the fifth song on the album, with Dolls on My Head, and then take that with any of the other features, like except for the Travis feature and maybe the Roddy Rich feature, I feel like just a Young Thug and Gunna, like Gunna looks up to Young Thug, like that's his mentor right there. So like I feel like that was a song that I really liked. That was the only Young Thug song that I've like really liked over the past 1 year, and I feel like
No way. You don't like Hot?
uh no, I like the
The
London.
Travis
Yeah, let's see.
Scott verse on Hot,
Yeah,
bruh.
but no, but I'm just saying like a song with Young Thug in it and just Young Thug's part in that song. I feel like he did a better job in was he was on London, right, with J. Cole and Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that was apart from that song, this is probably the only song I've liked since then. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I feel like that's why I probably lean towards Dollars on My Head. Do you guys have any songs that you wanna like feature? Do you wanna play one song specifically? Manish?
In Madhav's honor, we shall play Roddy Rich's verse on Cooler Than a Bee.
Okay. What about you?
Me,
Uh,
I think Madhav can pick mine. I don't care.
I well then for Manish, we will play Travis's verse on Top Floor.
I love this beautiful camaraderie between Manish and Madhav. So we'll start off with Cooler Than a Bee. Not gonna say the word, but yeah, let's set it.
They want it because they know how slimy you can get. I went to the top of the bottom of the bitch. You can't grab burn any running out of here. Say the wrong word, I'm shooting me shit. This a big dog, you a put on shit. I just hit it out just as far as I can spit. Just looking at them all, if you like it, then you like it. Stand money tall, if you broken, you in peace. Pull up to the Maybach in the driveway. Trap house hat, counting hundreds on the roof. How you carrying your street? Having loose lips, got a lot of loot. Eliante chain like the bottom of a ship. Got my in the feds getting lows when they get out. Keep it, had to bring it back, take it with it.
That was good. That was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I changed my
that was
opinion.
catchy as hell. That was so catchy.
Yeah, I changed it. Yeah, Roddy Ricch was better than Young Thug. Never mind. Sorry about that. Shouldn't have been messing around with that in the first place. Oh, and before we go and play Travis Scott's Top Floor, what do you guys think is what do you guys think is one thing that Gunna could have done better in this whole album?
uh,
Uh,
use different flows, cause like we keep saying, a lot of the songs sound the same. Maybe use a different beat that's like slower, less hype. Like just do
Definitely.
something different.
Wait, I really think the production is one of the best parts of the whole album. Like Weezy did his
Oh
thing. Like I
yeah,
think it was
I
one of
know
half the songs.
Wheezy and Gunna, they're great together.
Yeah, I feel like the production is really good. Definitely. And then the best part of the I feel like the best part of Weezy is that he makes those catchy beats. Like that's why
Hmm.
some of the songs pop off. So yeah, and now we have Top Floor with Travis.
Jumped out of a wave right into a daze. It can wreck your life. You gotta think twice. Put it together to come out like. Know it look better whenever enticed. Prodigal leather, whatever advice. I'm not too toxic. Maybe not happy. I'm so surrounded.
Travis is as cool as a peppermint gum I'm chewing right now. He's one of the best artists when it comes to See, come on, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. See,
That
I
was,
feel like we really need a new Travis Scott album. Like from Astroworld to what I'm pretty sure he has developed his sound. He has found some new things that he can add on to his like repertoire. And I really think we really I feel like I'm really looking forward to a Travis Scott album that's gonna come
mm,
out in 2020. And before that, we know that there's gonna be a possible Kanye album coming out next week, possible, and and a Kendrick album. So I'm really looking forward to the music coming out this summer. 2020 summer about to be one of the best summers of all time. We might have Drake,
in terms
Kanye,
of
Kendrick.
music. let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah. In terms of music, I mean, we are a music podcast. I'm not going to talk about the other issues and try other stuff. Yeah, this is turning out really horrible. Um, yeah, but we have Kendrick, Drake, we have Kanye. We might have some J. Cole, Post Malone might be dropping as well. Travis might be dropping as well. So and Pusha as well. So I feel like the summer is pretty packed. And if I'm forgetting someone, don't worry. We'll once they drop, we'll figure it out. So yeah, so that was one of the. I feel like that was one of the best things about the album, just the features itself. And personally, apart from those two songs, I was thinking we should play Skybox as well, just because it's like super catchy
Yeah.
and it's like it's one of those songs. And like Skybox, it makes me like feel like you're. This is like a perfect song to play in an NBA arena because there is a skybox in the arena, I guess. That's my only reason why.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Before we move on to Skybox, Manish, what was your least favorite song from the album? And
Oh,
Madhav, same
that's
for you.
so easy. It's Addie's. Addie's was so bad. Dude, that's really Sasuke, but like marginally better.
Yeah, I gotta agree with
Yeah,
Manish. Addie's was my least favorite as well.
I didn't understand feigning as much, but I'm not gonna question it because that was four songs in a row with Gunna rapping, and that was a little too much for me. So yeah, I guess the fourth one is not that great.
Yeah, Far was also a very
Oh
good
yeah.
contender because Young Thug did some nonsense with his voice in that one. I don't care. Shout out
But
Uriel, first round pick.
Young Thug can use his voice as an instrument. That's one good thing about Young Thug.
Yeah,
Like
with auto tune.
yeah, right. But also like
Anything is
he
possible with auto tune, though. Anyone can use
that's
their
true.
voice as
That's
an
true.
instrument.
That's true. But like Young Thug and Kanye, it's like the voice is also an instrument.
Hmm.
Even though they use auto, the voice is also an instrument. So yeah. So here's a part of Skybox.
And it's plush, and it's steel. Screw chopper, Gucci sauce, got a drippin'. Cops, we can't be stopped, just admit it. Hey, hey, hey. This is never seen, call my land. Got a new biz, lost my friends. Stretch my ends, money all in. Fucking a friend, breaking in bed. Having tens, counting in ends. Something got things, keep it FN. I gotta go, I gotta spin. I drove a boat, I drive again. I ain't got no rope, I ain't got no rent. I am a goat, I am a man. You ain't a low, we smoking dope. I keep it close, you with the folks. I'm with the dose, give me some dope. Look at it, ho, you already know, you know. Be the top of the sauce with the toppers, you know that they copy you off, get walk.
Like that's that song that I feel like that's one of those songs that always tends to pop off. Like you really don't know what he's trying to say in that song, but the beat's catchy, the flow's fine, and it really just pops off. So yeah, that's I feel like that was I think that's our takeaways from the album. Another thing I was like when after listening to the album, I was reading some stuff online, and I think this isn't the complex album. Gunna is a Gemini, and since he's a Gemini, this is like his like Gemini are known to have two personalities. So his second personality is Vana or Vuna, how you want to say it. But the thing is, he said that he was high when he named the album what he did. So I don't know how reliable that is. But as a fellow Gemini, I can totally relate with him. Like I also have two personalities, if you know what I mean. I'm Aditya Dash, the scholarly
No, we
student.
don't. We don't know what you mean.
Here I'm explaining it to you. When I'm in school, I'm Aditya Dash, the scholarly student. But when I'm on the streets and when I'm playing basketball, not the streets as in just playing basketball, and when I'm riding my bike around, I'm Spicy Audi, the ruthless madman. So
Yeah,
yeah, those are my
Adi
two.
has more than two personalities. Mr.
Oh, yeah, there's also
Mueller's door tells some great stories of Adi. He has more than two split personalities.
that we're not going to talk about. That's only my special personality for Madhav and Manish. That's different. That's because they're very close to them. So yeah, so I think that's our review of the Gunna album. Wunna. That just sounds wrong. So yeah. So I was thinking we could rate this album um out of five Geminis. One Gemini being pretty okay, but five being the best. So Manish, start us off.
I'd say like three and a half Geminis.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as in Gemini, as in the zodiac sign. But yeah, okay, three and a half. That's pretty much in the range I was thinking. What about you, Malu?
Yeah, I would say like 3.25 Geminis.
Okay, okay, cool.
Wow, quite
I
specific.
I would say the same as well. I would probably say around three. I was thinking about going up to a 3.5, but then there are some songs that I don't really like, so I'll keep it at a three. 2.5 to three is what I think this album is deserving of. So yeah, that's our review for this new Gunna album. Um, and then in the future, we're planning on releasing a Travis Scott artist in-depth podcast with a special guest in mind. And this is our first special guest that's not from Monta Vista, so we're really looking forward to that. And after that, we have super Lil Uzi super fan Aman Sidhu with us to talk about Eternal Atake. And we're gonna end the month out with some Kendrick talk, and then deep dive into an album. Unless Kendrick puts out his new album on that day, because we're scheduled to do that on a Friday. So if that happens, then we're gonna be reviewing the new Kendrick album. But yeah, so that's the plan for the podcast for May. We're still gonna talk about the ones for June. And yeah, please like and subscribe if you like the content. And until next time on Just Earworms, peace.